Extraction shooters like Escape from Tarkov took the gaming community by storm, and since then, players have been looking for more games that take on the same genre in their own unique way. I'm happy to report that there's a game that's looking like it's going to do just that, offer a unique experience within the style of gameplay that many have come to know and love. Allow me to introduce Beautiful Light. This game is in pre-alpha testing at the moment. You might have already seen some content creators posting videos on the game, and as someone that posted my first ever videos on this channel about games like Escape from Tarkov, I absolutely had to check it out. Now, in this video, I'll cover what Beautiful Light actually is, my thoughts on the game so far, and show you folks a bit of gameplay towards the end of the video with some narrative. If you enjoy the early look at Beautiful Light, you can do me a huge favor by dropping this video a like and subscribing to the channel for more stuff just like this. Alright, so with the intro out of the way, just what is Beautiful Light? In short, it's a PvPvE extraction-based first-person shooter. In this particular round of testing, I was playing with two good friends of mine, Ramen Style and Deef, both of which have a background in this sort of game as well. That said, just about everyone in this test had extensive experience covering shooters, and it was fair to say we were going up against some of the best. There were 7 teams of 3, which right now seems to be the maximum for a team, and we were all tasked with the same objectives. We were to enter the area of operation, seek out a laptop with which we had to print out a keycard for one of 3 entrances to an underground bunker before turning on the power and resetting the lockdown around an artifact that we were to take to a helicopter extraction point. Now, if you've ever played things like Showdown in the past, you might be familiar with a couple of the mechanics that Beautiful Light employs, and some of the gameplay tactics that you'd expect to see in Showdown. For example, acquiring the artifact meant that we could be tracked on the map by opposing teams. Likewise, if someone else acquired the artifact, we could see where they were and coordinate our movements appropriately to cut them off. A little bit like the dark side mechanic in Hunt, however, the artifact holder could also see enemy operators that were in close proximity on their map. All of this came together with some very close encounters with PvE threats known as Reavers, and of course, copious amounts of PvP. We were even introduced to what will later be one of the player-controlled creatures hostile to all of the operators on the map, and that will have the singular goal of killing them all before they can extract with the artifact. So that's the premise of each mission in Beautiful Light. I'm not sure if they're planning to expand into extra objectives on different maps, or whether this is the only map we can expect with the early access product when it reaches the public, but what I can say is that I had a great time with it as is. Now, obviously, it was very rough around the edges, and that's to be expected with pre-alpha testing, but even still, there were plenty of positives to take away in its current state. Now, the game is built on Unreal Engine 5 using technology like Lumen, Nanite, and VSM. This probably raises some red flags for those with mid to low-end computer setups, and even on my 3070, I was seeing the odd stutter and at times periods of very low FPS. All that said though, the game just looks and feels incredible. Some of the landscapes they've put together are truly breathtaking, and I'm not just talking about the big things like the burned forest, which is just awesome to look at, but I'm talking about the little things too, like extra graphical effects associated to opening a bunker door entrance and the feeling that you get when doing so. Here, just watch this little clip and you'll see what I mean. Dimly lit corridors matched with flashes of red light from the blaring alarms signifying the bunker is being open, and that extra touch of misty air escaping from the edges of the door as it opens just adds to an already very immersive experience. To say that this is a pre-alpha test and it can still sell sequences like these is truly remarkable, and I'm looking forward to seeing that developed further as the game gets further along. As for the combat, it gave me the same feeling of that adrenaline rush you get in popular games within the same genre. We were able to make some tactical decisions that really paid off for us, the time to kill felt just about right, and that meant that even one player could have a big impact even when going up against multiple opponents if they got the element of surprise. One of the common bits of feedback from not just myself but other testers, however, was that the guns were perhaps a bit too loud in comparison to other audio effects within the game, especially considering that everyone was using a 9mm 9mm SMG, but that the rest of the audio was functional and very accurate at that. We could hear players coming based on footsteps if they were sprinting or walking, and we never had trouble placing that player's location based on audio. There were no misleading instances where you think you might hear someone above you and they turn out to be a floor underneath you, for example. It was all clear and precise in that department. So I mentioned this briefly a moment ago, but in this playtest we were all using 9mm SMGs, and there was no variation to the weapons other than the attachments that we were given in each run. Now I'd be interested to see some other weapons enter the mix, but for now this is what we got, and again it is very early testing, so we'll just have to wait and see what kind of things make it into the game as time progresses. All that said, the gun handling felt responsive, the recoil was punchy and meaningful, but could definitely be controlled with some practice, and the map was designed in a way that I can see multiple types of weapons having its place, from long shots across tree lines and quarries to the close quarters of the underground bunker and rural villages. Alright, so I think that's enough talking from me. In the upcoming section of the video, you'll see footage from my very first game with Ramen Style and Deef, in which we went through every objective the game currently has to offer and saw a little bit of everything. I'll chime in for a little bit of narrative as things go on, but to kick things off, our first objective was to find the laptop, and in this mission, it was to be found in a rural village. Unfortunately for us, we weren't the only ones there, and found ourselves almost immediately in contact with the enemy.
I got you, Duck. I got you.
Yeah, let one of them up.
I'm at the yellow house. I got one. Reloading.
Maybe on your left of the yellow house.
Another one.
Now that we had secured a keycard, we had to head to one of the 3 entrances to an underground bunker. We could only access this bunker with this keycard, and other teams would be able to enter after us without fetching a keycard themselves if they wanted to. There was also the possibility that someone had beaten us to the punch, so we had to watch our backs.
Wait. Shots behind us close.
Yep. You want to
We should watch it. Yeah.
Now, we knew that these shots were close and took an educated guess that this team would be following right behind us. Rather than let them get into the bunker and risk losing them amongst the dimly lit corridors, offices, and server rooms, we decided our best bet was to lay an ambush.
Okay, so if we want to do this right, Ramen, I'd say you hide and wait till I pull the trigger and then peek out and...
Sure. You'll be first contact?
Yeah, here they come. You two peek on my contacts, alright?
I'll stay down, Deef.
Okay.
I can hear them. Here they come.
I see the light.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Peek now.
Reloading.
One more team down. We later found out that the creature that had scared us half to death directly after
Oh, what above? Oh, what the hell?
was an admin playing around with a special slot for a player to take control of an anomaly that sole purpose was to kill the operators seeking the artifact. Right now though, they were basically just using it to scare the shit out of us. It was time for us to enter the bunker and seek out the artifacts that we were hoping to extract. We were told in our briefing that the yellow line on the floor would lead us to the generator to switch on the power in the bunker, and the red line would lead us to the artifact. We had a couple of close encounters with the PvE threats known as Reavers, almost losing our team entirely, and just as we thought we were recovering, we heard the alarm bells signaling the opening of another bunker entrance nearby.
I'll give you space, Duck. I'll watch your back.
Yeah, he is. He's pushing in now.
I'm moving with you.
There's two of them here. Two of them help.
Yep. I'm going right.
Anomaly. I got the anomaly.
Oh, I'm dying.
Duck, which one are you? I don't know which one you are.
Down one.
Okay, I'm
There's one following me.
One more in there.
Are you on the metal?
Yes, that's me.
Okay,
He's behind me.
I'm out of ammo. He's coming on you. Coming to you.
I think I might have got him. I definitely hit him.
Are you alive? We're running around?
Yeah, I've got laser.
Okay, I see you. You got him.
Not long after this team takedown, we were informed by the developers that we were the last team standing. So we did a little bit of puzzle solving, connecting 3 cables to different sockets based on what was being shown on the computer screen in the central office. Once that was done, we reset the containment around the artifact and took home our prize. All that was left was to extract, and since we had no more opponents left, that was easy enough. Now, I know everyone says that a game has potential nowadays, and it's become a bit bit of a buzzword for games in early access, but for Beautiful Light, I genuinely think it's the best way to sum up the experience so far. Yes, there were some performance issues. No, there was no loadout customization during this playtest, and yes, there were bugs. But despite things like this that make the current state of the game rough around the edges, it's important to recognize once more that this is a pre-alpha test and the game will have a long way to go. We don't actually have a release date for Beautiful Light just yet, but the devs are aiming for late 2024. That said, they are contemplating a delay to 2025. So it's going to be a while, and this game will have a lot of room to improve in that time. Now, I had a genuinely exciting time with Beautiful Light. I wasn't sponsored to make this video in any way. I just wanted to put it on your guys' radar. I'll also leave a link to the game's Discord in the description in case you folks want to keep track of the game from here. Now, that's it from me in this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the early look, and I want to say a very special thank you to the development team behind Beautiful Light for allowing me to play the game so far ahead of the finished product. Thanks everyone, and I will see you all in the next one.